Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time it is where you are, but right now it's time for more insight. This is insight you can trust because there's more where it came from. I'm your host, Chris Moore. Today with me, y'all, I have a special guest in the building. Oh, yeah, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We're trying to grow this channel. We're trying to build something good here. But, ladies and gentlemen, when you talk about giants of the game, his name is carved in stone. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's a Pro Bowler, one of the most dominant offensive linemen to ever line up in the trenches. But here's what makes his story even better, y'all. He's not just a champion on the field. He's a champion off the field. He's a champion of the people. From his newfound love of pickleball, which we're going to talk about a little bit, proving greatness does not retire. It just reinvents itself. To his unwavering commitment to the community. He's showing us legacy ain't just what you did. It's about what you continue to do. Hey, y'all, give it up for my guy, Bryant McKinnie. He's in the building. How you doing today?
I'm pretty good. I like what you just said. Greatness doesn't retire, it reinvents itself.
Absolutely, man. And speaking of reinventing yourself, I saw that you're big into pickleball now. It's in every city. What was it about pickleball that stuck out for you that made you get interested?
Trick that they have in the tournament. They asked me to play. But I'm a tennis player, so I've been playing tennis now for 10 years. And I heard everybody talk about pickleball, and I tried it like once or twice before because like a lot more people are starting to have pickleball tournaments.
Yeah.
And I played in one like 2 years ago, but I never had took lessons. And I started when Trick asked me to play in his tournament. I said, well, let me get some lessons and kind of finally start to understand it. And it's not that bad. First two times I played, I didn't really care for it because it was just different. I'm used to tennis, so certain things you can just do in pickleballs. People think it's similar, but but it's not.
Definitely give me some more about that because part of my ignorance, I just see it like a smaller version of tennis. So
It is a smaller version, but it's also a wiffle ball. So in certain ways you hit the ball. You do have to use topspin into pickleball, but then certain things that you can do with a tennis ball you can't do with that wiffle ball. And then like playing the net, like you have a kitchen there, so you can't cross the line unless the ball hits the in the kitchen first. So it's a little different, but it also is similar. But it definitely is a smaller version of like pickleball, or even or a bigger version of what's the other one where they play on a little table?
Table tennis.
Yeah, table tennis. It's like a version of that as well too. But just with it's just certain things that you can get away with in tennis that you can't with that because of the ball, and you really have to. It helps me in tennis because it helps me really focus on topspin.
Right. Let me ask you this: being that you have retired from the game, does it still give you that competitive feel that you once had?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I like playing tennis because you don't have to really worry about colliding and bumping into people like you would on like even a basketball court. It's like you have your own space and you can still go out there and problem solve in real time and be competitive. And pickleball kind of gives you that too, but pickleball you don't have to be as athletic as you do on the tennis court because tennis court you're covering more ground, more angles, and pickleball is a smaller court. And the ball moves a little slower too. So
Okay. I'm gonna have to give it a shot. I ain't gonna hold you.
yeah, it's not bad. Like at first I was like, because I'm just so like used to tennis, but after I played a few times and learned and started getting like a better feel for it, I'm actually getting into it.
Okay, that's what's up, man. I'm into golf right now, so I got
golf too slow. I don't like slow sports like golf and baseball. I feel like it's just drug out so long. You go on a golf course, it can take 4 to 5 hours to finish. It's just like not that exciting. Like you lose my train of thought. I'll go to just driving. I've done a lot of golf events too where people ask me to come, and it's like I'll start off, and then after a while it's like, yeah, I'm only putting, or now I'm just driving around the court. Like, you know what I mean? I just lose interest after a while.
Let me ask you this. Let's go back to the Super Bowl year. It's the Ravens versus the 49ers. Beyonce does the halftime show. Y'all are up at that point, I believe, 21-6, if my memory serves me right. 21-6 or 24-6. It's something like that.
I think it might have been 21, and then it was either 6 or 21-3. It was somewhere around that year.
Okay. Beyonce gets off the stage. Y'all play. Jacoby gets the kickoff return.
The offense was supposed to come out and be on the field first. We were supposed to have the ball second half, but Jacoby ran it back.
Yep. The lights go out shortly thereafter.
Yeah, defense is on field. Their offense was kind of driving, and then in the midst of that drive, the lights went out.
Do you think if those lights would have stayed on, do you think y'all would have just shut them out?
Yeah, it definitely would have been. But you have to look at it like this. We came right back out. We had momentum and everything. We went in with a big lead. Came out right away, scored a touchdown. The kickoff team, and then kickoff return team, and then we're just waiting for defense to kind of like get
Yeah.
a 3-and-out eventually, or they'll kick a field goal or something. We didn't expect them to score, and then we'll get back on the field again and continue our drive and momentum. But the halftime in the Super Bowl is 30 minutes long because the halftime shows. That's 30 minutes of us just sitting there not doing anything. Defense is on the field, so now we're watching them, and then when the lights go out, that's another 30 minutes. So it's over an hour of our offense. Everybody has to be on the same page there. So over an hour of us just sitting there and just, the first 10 minutes when the lights went out, we didn't know what to expect. It's like the lights went out. After the first 10 minutes, they came and said they have a generator. We have to wait for that to kick back in. You know how, like, if you're on a tennis court, the lights go out and you don't catch it. You got to wait for them to warm back up. They have to cool off, then warm back up. So that's basically what we were waiting for. It took 20 minutes for that to happen, for the lights to come back on, and then you can get started back, with the game. So that's a long period of time to just have somebody sitting on ice for over an hour.
Yeah.
And then their offense was on the field. So when we started back, their offense is still on the field. We're still waiting. Like, it wasn't like they were off the field. Like, that was an hour waiting, and now we're still waiting now when the game starts back because the offense is going to continue their drive or whatever, and then now we're just kind of sitting there like, okay, and people's mindsets then probably change. You don't know what to think. So yeah, momentum changed a lot for us, and that ended up being like a 5-point game when it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, it should have been. Ray Lewis is one of my favorite football players.
Mm.
So I've always low key been a Ravens fan. But I remember that Super Bowl, and I remember thinking, like, if they didn't have this power outage, this would be a different result. Because, like,
Mm-hmm.
just like you explained, that downtime, the momentum is killed, time, because y'all probably already up. Well, y'all already up. You're probably thinking, all right, well, we got the Super Bowl in hand. We just need to get the game going. But then when the game gets going, it changes. But I just wanted to get your opinion on that. Speaking of the Ravens, what are your expectations for the Ravens this season?
I think for them this season, they have to find a way to get past Kansas City. I'm gonna say the two teams that have to find a way to get past Kansas City is either the Ravens or Buffalo. Like,
Yeah,
both of y'all have been like right there knocking on the door each year, and it's like y'all can't get past Kansas City. And
yeah,
I feel like at this point, the Ravens, you got everything that you kind of like. It's at a certain point, it's like it can't be no more excuses. Like, you have now DeAndre Hopkins. You have, what I'm saying. You're having all the weapons and tools now. It's like you got to really just be able to manage the game and be able to get over the hump and get past them. And I feel like once they get over that hump, they'll continue to. But it's just like,
yeah.
you keep fighting somebody, it's like they keep beating you, and you finally beat them. It's like they can't beat you anymore. I
Yeah.
feel like it'll get there eventually, but you got to finally get a win in. Like, you know what I mean? When it counts.
I totally agree with you. I'm seeing the additional pieces they added on defense with Jair Alexander. I'm
Mm.
seeing that they bulked up the coaching staff with Chuck Pagano on the back end with the safeties, or with the corners. So,
Pagano was he was on my defense at University of Miami, so I
man,
had history with him too.
man, it's crazy how like big football world is, but it's so small at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to what the Ravens do. It's like Issa Rae say, we're rooting for everybody black. I'm pretty sure everybody black is rooting for the Ravens to finally get over that hump. So I'm excited about it. What do you have for the Vikings? Do you believe in JJ as the starting QB?
I don't really know what to feel, but I haven't been able to see much of him. Last preseason, we've seen a little bit, but then he got injured. Then he's was going all season, and now even this preseason, he's only played like one series or something. He hasn't played much either this season. So I have no clue what to expect. I'm glad to see that they brought a veteran, Carson Wentz, in, because I always kept saying, like, you got these young quarterbacks, they need some type of veteran leadership, somebody who has experience, who can kind of point out things that he may not see or understand, and be in those team meetings with him, and be basically like a secondary coach as well. Or if anything does go wrong, he's able to fill in and has the experience to kind of still lead the team. So I was happy to see a veteran get picked up by the Vikings. So I think the Vikings are doing a good job. I think they are really trying to. The Vikings is a good organization. Since Ziggy and all them came in, they've really have stepped things up. So I just want them to be able to eventually get over the hump too, because
So,
they'll get to the playoffs and lose in the first round. I want you to get past that.
it's a tough division, man, because of course you have the Bears who just have Ben Johnson. You still have the
Mhm.
Lions. You still have the Packers. It's just a tough division. So
Mhm.
it's almost like who's going to beat themselves out. You know what I mean? And who can just endure the gauntlet that is the NFC North. So I'm glad I got your opinion on that. Um, let's go back to one of your old QBs, Joe Flacco. He's been announced as the starting quarterback with the Cleveland Browns. Of
Mhm.
course, Shedeur is going to be the third string quarterback. What are your overall thoughts about all
I don't
things
know what
Shedeur?
their thought process was, on how they handled him, but I'm glad to see he's made the team. And Kevin Stefanski is also another person who was like the assistant to the head coach. He was like the head coach's assistant or something. So I'm familiar with Kevin as well. And of course, Joe Flacco was my quarterback for the Super Bowl. Joe is somebody else who I'm gonna just say has plenty of experience. So like I say, on those teams, I always like to see that type of person at least in the room to give some advice and coaching. And I would say Shedeur and everybody should probably, take notes and just learn from Joe while they have access to him. Just because he's been around, ask questions, and he has the experience. He's been around for years now. Because eventually, I don't see Joe being there too much longer. So eventually, you guys will be moving up, and you never know. You're one play away from being on the field too. So, I just feel like Shedeur just just keep learning, keep growing, stay in your playbook, and eventually you may move up to QB number 2, and you never know, you end up being on the field. So you want to, maximize the opportunity.
Absolutely. Outside of those teams that we just discussed, is there anything in particular that you're looking for, uh, that you're looking towards this NFL season?
For the Ravens to finally make it to the Super Bowl, and for the Vikings to finally make it past round 1 of the playoffs.
Keep
That'll be a successful season for both teams, if you ask me. Build from
absolutely,
there.
absolutely. Uh, I see your shirt. You got the U on. How
Always.
how you feel? Hey man, it's all about the U. It's all about the
Yeah.
U. A side note: growing up, I'm 39 now, so I grew up when Miami was at its pinnacle, man. Like
Right. And we
we
just 20 years later seem like can't get back to that for some reason, right?
What's Carson Beck gonna do this year, man?
It's crazy. I don't know because everybody keeps asking me that, and it's like I have no clue. Just like I didn't know when Cam was there last year until I seen him play
Yeah.
because they don't have preseason games and they play against each other all like
Oh, yeah.
spring ball and training camp. I can't really determine how good you are because it's y'all against each other. Like you go against somebody every day. You know how they play and everything like that. It's like I have to see you against them another time. So they opened up against the team that was in the national championship last year at home on a Sunday at 7:30. So a primetime game. So the world will get to see how good they actually are. So that's the big stage I feel like, and I feel like hopefully they come through and are prepared and ready to play.
I agree.
So I feel like we'll all find out Sunday night together.
I agree. I
And
agree.
win or loss, it'll just show us where they are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I
Mhm.
really can't tell you based off of inter squad scrimmages and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
y'all play against each other every day.
Let me ask you this: what's so different about today in college football versus back when you were at the U?
Mindset, we all had it was a like-minded group of people that came in Miami at the same time. And like even my wave with like Clinton Portis and Andre Johnson, all of us, when we came in, our goal was to take somebody's job. Like it wasn't about like, oh, that's where they're turn. We was like, we're gonna go out here and play and practice, we're gonna play hard, and we're gonna try to take somebody's position. You know what I'm saying? Clinton Portis told that to James Jackson when he came in, that was the thing. Like, oh, let's try to take somebody's job. So if everybody's going with that mindset, you got to play harder to kind of keep your job too. You know what I'm saying? So that's raising everybody's level of play. So we weren't content with just like, oh, because we're young, we're supposed to just wait. No, I'm going to try to push you to take your job. And now you have to play in a higher level. So now you don't work so hard at practice because you got to go against me. And I'm really fighting to win your job that the game should be a little easier for you because you've worked so hard all week long. You know what I mean?
Oh, you just named Clinton Portis, Andre Johnson. I'm sitting here thinking about Reggie Wayne. I'm thinking about
Santana Moss.
Santana Moss, his brother, Sonoris Moss.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many names that go with Miami in the U. How do you feel? Like now that it's years down the road, how do you reflect about that time of your life?
Oh, we definitely look back now and realize like, oh, dang, we did have a lot, but it all started there. It all started with their mindset and everybody kind of buying in and believing like we are the best at our position. Like we all believe that. Like, oh, we better than them. We better, like, you know what I'm saying? So we felt like if we played against somebody, I feel like I was a better left tackle than their left tackle. So he shouldn't be pancaking you or doing these things. You go against me every day. And that's how every Eden feel like at their position, like I'm better than that person. You shouldn't be like they shouldn't be able to make big plays on you because you go against me every day. So that's how we all felt about each other during those times, not really knowing, you know what I'm saying? Just that's how we just felt about each other. And so it made us go out there and not try to have big plays put on against us and, go out there and play at a high level. And then you didn't want to, I think people always worried about, like, I don't want to be the person who gets called out in these team meetings for getting blown up or getting anything like that, too, So
Yeah.
it was a pride thing as well, too. But we were also close on and off the field. We hung out outside of work. Like we all got along. I feel like now with some of these guys, they have little crews. Like for us, it was like the O line for some reason. The O line, the DBs, and Shockey was my roommate in college my senior year. So like he was around. O line DBs. It was like the O line and the DBs for some reason were really close. But then you would have like the D line. They hung with themselves, like they went everywhere together. But then we all would come together and do stuff too as well. So it wasn't like no real separations. But like O line and DBs were for some reason close at the time. It's like half of the O line and the DBs close. Like you would think it would be the DBs and the D line, but the O line and the DBs were actually were the groups that were close for some reason. Then
That's funny. Let me ask you this. Bryant McKinnie, if you were playing in college football today, how much money would you be getting from NIL?
oh, I wonder. I need to ask Chat GPT what they what they think. I don't know how much money I would be getting because they're paying them well. So yeah, I have no clue.
Get about a good 3 mil a year.
I'm asking ChatGPT now. I'm gonna see what they say. You heard
Oh,
me?
yep.
They said 1.2 to 1.8 per year.
And then in Miami, no state taxes.
No state taxes.
Oh, our answer. Let me go back to the NFL real quick. I'm seeing a lot of players who are having issues with money. We're also seeing the Jerry Jones, Michael Parsons thing. Trey Hendrickson, he's having contract issues that just recently got resolved. Terry McLaurin. If you were let me say this: if you were the Players Association president, what's one of the first things or what are some of the things that you will fight for the players?
All right. So ask me that again. If I was who?
If you were the NFLPA executive director, if you were in charge of the Players Association, what are the things that you're going to the commissioner and the owners about?
I think a lot of these guys should have insurance after like longer. Like you only have it 5 years after, but I feel like they should continue to just cover these guys' insurance. So a lot of these guys that have like bad injuries, or maybe at least get them evaluated to see what level of pain or things they need to keep getting these
Yeah.
checkups to cover it. Like if they're not bad off, then okay, then you don't have to cover their insurance. But if they have like a lot of severe things that have taken place as far as injuries and things like that, like afterwards, and they need like that insurance was like really bad, then I feel like they should probably cover it. That I don't know, something to kind of protect these players because they can sign the deal, then you can get cut, and then all of a sudden it's like they try to like wash their hands of the deal sometimes too. So try to fight for some more guaranteed money or something.
A lot of former players I hear say get rid of the franchise tag as well. Is that something that you add?
Yeah, a lot of people because it's a little risky. Like it seems like a lot of money in one bulk, but then it's also like you're risking getting injured too.
Yeah.
And then you may not have the best season that season. Then they feel like it's going to lower your value too. So it's a lot of risk with it.
Okay. Just wanted to see what you had in mind. I have a segment called 3 on 3. These are 3 questions. You give me your 3 answers. I listen. I don't judge. Give me 3 players in the league right now that you watch that you like to see play at your position.
Darius Saul from the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
From Buffalo Bills, you already Snow. Out they call him, I forget his name. Something you already Snow.
I
Well,
thought
their
you
left tackle. Their
were
left tackle. But he goes by like Snow or something. They say something like he always says you already Snow. Darren, his name is like Darren something too.
Dawkins.
Who?
Is it Dawkins?
Dawkins, yeah. Him, and then is Trent playing this year?
Trent is playing. Shoot.
He
I
would be
think
the third. I
yeah,
haven't really seen because I haven't seen any preseason games for other teams. The only teams I've kind of followed in the preseason was the Vikings. So if Trent
yeah,
is still playing, he's somebody because he was playing when I was playing. I would still watch him to see how he's doing.
yeah, he's playing. Yeah, he's still on
Okay.
the 49ers. Cool. So we got Dawkins, Williams,
There's
and
Dawkins, Darisaw, and Williams.
give me your top three funniest teammates.
Uh,
Let's go pro.
Ray Rice.
Mm,
Jacoby Jones was funny, and who was funny from the Vikings? I gotta name somebody at least from the Vikings. Who was funny though? It was a guy named Kelly Campbell. He was kind of funny too.
I remember Kelly Campbell. He went to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I'm from Atlanta, so that's why.
Okay.
Uh, last question. Give me three. Give me three of your favorite moments in your career.
In pro?
You can go college.
Okay. Well, okay, so winning the national championship in college.
Yeah.
2009 season with the Vikings was like the best season I had with them. We had got Brett Favre, and then winning the Super Bowl with the Ravens.
Man, he did play with Brett Favre. How
Yeah.
was Brett Favre in the locker room? Was it just like was he like one of the guys?
Yeah, the media tried to make it seem like he wasn't, like he was going to be like a diva or something. It was like so opposite. So,
Yeah.
the media can put like a certain picture, paint a picture of somebody that is not even true. So that's kind of
Right.
honestly, when I got in the league, I realized that the media doesn't always tell the truth. So that's when I truly realized you can't always listen to everything the media say because I'm in the locker room and I know what's going on, and some the stories are being put out there. So people are just going to assume it's true, and I'm like, that ain't going on here. Like, I've seen stuff about my own team, and I'm like, that ain't happening.
They
So from there, I realized the media just can say things just to tell a story, and it's not necessarily true.
and just to be totally honest with you, that's why I went this route. Speaking directly to players, speaking directly to you all, because you all are in the trenches, literally. You all are in the locker room, so you all know the conversations.
Mm.
When this interview is done, I'm not taking anything away, splicing it up, or nothing like that, because
Yeah.
it's just an authentic conversation, and that's why that's my goal with more insight. To kind of round it on out.
I
I know
like how you spin it off your name, too.
hey man, just trying to do something. Just trying to do
Right.
something. I was producing podcasts for a long time and just felt the push to get from behind the camera to in front of the camera. So
Okay.
here we are. Let's talk about community work real quick. Why is community so important to you?
Because I just feel like I wish I had somebody when I was coming up that kind of gave you opportunity and chances to kind of get ahead a little bit. You know what I mean? And whether it's like in sports and conducting camps and trying to give you knowledge or back to school drives, just things like that to help out your parents who, people have like, parents who have to work 2 and 3 jobs and stuff like that, take care of family. So just to have somebody in the community just giving back some type of support, I feel like it's always like, helpful and kind of take some stress off of the kids and the parents.
Man, awesome, man. Uh, B Mac, what's next for you? I know you got pickleball going on. I know you do things every
Yeah. Shannon,
what's
so the next thing I have going on is I'm into the real estate space now. So I opened up a real estate brokerage in Buckhead in Atlanta. So October 9th. The company is called Lifestyle International Realty. So we open up an office right across from the Atlantic Mall in Buckhead. I'm gonna have a grand opening, I believe, October 9th.
yeah, that's my area, man. I'm born and raised in Atlanta. I live in Memphis now, so
Okay.
I definitely get down to Atlanta here and there to see family and
I'm
everything.
there pretty frequently too. So
Absolutely, we got to do some
I'll be
connect
there even more now because of
because of
the
the business.
company, the business.
Congratulations to you on that. Thank you for joining
Thank
me
you.
on More Insight. I appreciate your time, your knowledge, your insight as well. Also, can you tell the people where they can find you and
They can
look?
find me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, all the same thing, Bryant McKinnie, BRYANT MCKINNIE.
The cool thing about you, man, you got a name that you can say, Google me.
But you know what's crazy though? People spell my name wrong. So I feel like a lot of people who may want to follow me spell it like BRIAN, or they're gonna spell McKinney MCKINNEY. Like, so then you can't find me because you're spelling it wrong.
Hey, that's a user problem. Cool, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.